Man, I really don't want to get into an airplane tomorrow and go to Washington, D.C., but I'm going to go. And I'm bringing some friends with me tomorrow. And on Wednesday, I'll be in front of the Capitol to stand against this administration. But more than this administration, the progressive Republicans, they are a big, big danger to this country. They are putting the final bullets, I think, into America's body. The Trojan horse immigration bill, it makes Obamacare look like a picnic. But they are very similar in that while Obamacare was designed to collapse the private health insurance industry and usher in a single-payer national government health care system, the immigration bill is designed to usher in the DREAM Act and a progressive win for the rest of our natural lives. And just like with Syria, I ask you, do you know anybody, with everything that is happening in this world, do you know anybody begging Congress to hurry up and pass immigration reform and to do it quickly and without even really any thought? All of a sudden, in the middle of a scandalange of scandals just crashing down, the White House with the NSA, IRS, Benghazi, all those things, the president has to pass an immigration bill before July 4th? Why now? This is more than a diversion. Where was the sense of urgency from our elected representatives on the NSA scandal? This is something that Americans really deeply care about. There was an important closed-door briefing, and out of 100 senators, how many showed up? 47. Only 47 decided to attend. But everybody was racing now to sign immigration reform. Really? Who are these people representing exactly? The Americans who voted for them? Or some would say the law-breaking Mexicans living here illegally. They're both wrong. Here's who they represent. The oligarchs. The people at the very, very top that stand to make millions. The looting of this country is happening right now. Lindsey Graham is predicting the Senate will pass the bill with over 70 votes. Well, thank you, Lindsey. Who are you getting kickbacks from? He admitted the only reason he wants to grant amnesty to illegal immigrants is because
if we don't pass immigration reform, if we don't get it off the table in a reasonable, practical way, it doesn't matter who you run in 2016. We're in a demographic death spiral as a party, and the only way we can get back in good graces with the Hispanic community, in my view, is pass comprehensive immigration reform.
This is one of the most insulting things I've ever heard. Because what he's saying here, if I may translate, because I speak bullcrap, I'm a former alcoholic, so I spoke bullcrap fluently for many years. Forget doing the right thing, he's saying. Forget about collapsing the country economically. Forget about financially ruining those who are at the lowest rung of the economic ladder. Because those who came in the right way, they're going to be destroyed. Forget all about that. We need to abandon all of our principles, the rule of law, and pander to who we think Hispanics are. Now let me ask you this. Let's just say that you're somebody who came across the border, and you came across the border because you brought your family in because you just want to live a normal life. You're coming from a country that is riddled with corruption and drugs and crime, and you come here, and you come here just to find some shelter and some relief and a job. Do you teach your kids, take everything you can get? No, that doesn't make sense. You would be humble. You would want to be part of it. Why would you want to create what you just abandoned? Why would you want to create the oppression that you're running from? You wouldn't. So what Lindsey Graham just said here is arrogant and it's demeaning. Passing this bill will seal the fate of the Republican Party, and you know what? Good riddance. I'm not going to miss you. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. You are no different than the progressives on the left who put party above country. You're power hungry and you're out of control. But I don't know how we survived this one. An Obama official reportedly told the press that the president himself is controlling the immigration bill. Really? I thought it was Marco Rubio. He plans to swoop in and take all the credit when he signs it into law. No. So Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio willing to pander for Hispanic support. But even if they do sign and the GOP, says, hey, look what we did, they're not going to get the credit. The president will. And the country will suffer because of it. It is a lose-lose-lose situation. I can't tell you how much I despise Washington. It is a sign of arrogance and it's grotesque. I was there last week, and I said I was not going back, but I decided on Friday that I have to be there. I've been asked to speak at this press conference. It's going to be on the steps of the Capitol on Wednesday at noon, and I will be there. They're doing a deal all day long because there are 70 people who are standing in our name, and they are telling us now they are putting the final bullets into our country. And 70 Republicans are giving the right answer. Don't pass anything. John Boehner, don't you dare pass anything. Don't even bring this up. Forget about 2014 or 2016. There's not going to be a country left. Look at the list of priorities from our representatives right now. Amnesty over security, Syria over scandal. Who's running our country? Who wants to grant amnesty to everyone without security? Who wants to start more wars in the Middle East? It's insane. Who wants to give weapons to terrorists? Who wants to get the bill done before July 4th? Oh, how ironic and how sad it will be if we kill our nation on July 4th. If you believe in sanity, you got to get away from both the R's and the D's. You have to get away and get out of the game. You have to stop the gears of this machine, and it truly is a machine, but we have to do it in a different way. I'm going to be there on a very important day for Frederick Douglass, and we're going to talk about civil rights. I want to show you what this machine has done and what they're doing now. They say that they're for peace and justice and everything else. No, they're not. Immigration protesters marched on the home of the Secretary of State, Chris Kobach, in Kansas on Saturday. Watch this.
We've left these shoes here so that Mr. Kobach can maybe try to fill them, because these are the shoes of the fathers that he's deported.
Right, as if somehow he's the bad guy in the situation. The group that led the protest is called the Sunflower Community Action Group. Their guiding principles reveal a little about who they are. Quote, everybody should have human rights, including food, shelter, medical care, education, and a job. So guaranteed housing, guaranteed jobs. The common good, they say, is more important than privilege for a few. That is communist Marxism. It's a front group. That's all it is. I want you to meet the guy whose family could have been in that house, the Secretary of State from Kansas, and how he feels about it next.